Welcome to Good Magical Morning Extra Shot.
Let's check out more with Olivia, Skye Hoshi herself.
That's right.
We are here with the wonderful one and only Olivia Roldan, who plays Skye Hoshi in Skye Hoshi Anime Girl. Thank you so much for being on Good Magical Morning.
And thank you for having me.
So tell us a little bit about Skye Hoshi. What is the movie about? And who are you in the movie? We all would love to know.
I play Skye Hoshi, and Skye Hoshi is about an anime character named Skye who falls out of this poster because Adam, the hopeless romantic he is, wishes for Skye Hoshi to be real. So she comes to life, and it's this adventure with Adam and Skye trying to get Skye back home to the poster before it's too late and I potentially die, maybe. I don't know.
Just don't spoil it.
You have to watch. So.
Well, that sounds bananas, I gotta say. What does the Skye Hoshi mean to you exactly? What are some of the themes, messages that you see or get out of it?
One of the things that I picked up is that this film really does appeal to all audiences. You can say it's a rom-com, you can say it's a comedy, there's drama, there's action. And I just feel like there are so many themes. For example, there's a whole monologue in the film where Skye is talking about, how she doesn't take life for granted. She's alive. And I always point out this line, but it really does touch me when she goes, I had breath in my lungs for 24 hours. And even something that seems so small to us, like we just live every day and we take that little thing for granted, right? Our health, like that's the one thing that I know I'm very grateful for and that Skye talks about. Like, I'm alive, I'm breathing, I can smell the ocean, I can taste ramen, and the senses that we all have and we live day to day, she has, for such a short period of time. And anyways, I feel like that's one thing, just not taking life for granted and the little things that we are blessed to have. And then also, I feel like, life will throw you these curveballs and you ask yourself why, but it may turn out to be one of the biggest blessings in your life without even realizing. And yeah, those are just some of the things that I feel
well
like.
said. Wow, beautiful. Yeah, you never know what you're gonna expect, like a anime girl popping out of a poster.
Yeah, it can happen to anyone,
Wonderful things. That's very cool. The way you described it sounds a lot like Kalani's other films, I could say.
Oh,
very any background from anywhere can relate to it, can watch it and enjoy it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Get something out of it, which is a beautiful thing.
Yeah, because there's a whole love story. This whole thing with Adam and Skye, but then there's like the action with the lasers. Yes. But then there's really heartwarming and really grounding moments. I feel like Skye and Adam bring so much heart and so much humanity to these roles.
Cool.
So.
Love story for sure. Kalani is a huge fan of Titanic, which is his main inspiration.
Now it all makes sense.
No. Pep's got it backwards. Pep's favorite movie is Titanic, and he's trying to shift the blame here. That's what's going on.
Shift the blame, like it's a blame, like it's
a bad thing.
I love Titanic, but Pep loves
Titanic.
It's a different type of love. Becoming Skye Hoshi, what was that like, stepping into being a brand new anime character?
I had a few days before we started filming, so I really only knew her name. I knew Skye Hoshi. I knew that I was an anime character, and that's about all I knew. So when I came into filming, and the first day of filming was at AnimeCon, which was very, very cool.
So cool.
And it was my first time there, and to be there as an original anime character was even more exciting. And we had people come up to us like, oh my God, like, who are you? Can I get a picture? Can I get a picture? And I was like, oh, this is cool. All I know is I was an anime character. So how I prepped for it really was, I was just like, okay, so I know like some of the characteristics of other type of anime characters. I kind of look at like how they kind of position themselves, maybe how they carry themselves, and that's how I would kind of try to get myself into the role. And then when I started to receive the script, and I'd be like, okay, what is at stake? What does Skye want? And then if she doesn't get it, what would happen? And how is she gonna get what she wants in this film? And yeah, that's kind of just how I was
Nice.
trying to approach it and the best I can, because it was a very different creative process, but definitely one that I feel like made me ready for, you know, more things to come in this acting industry, because things change on a whim.
Yeah.
Honestly, so.
Very interesting. I never thought of it that way.
You created all of her like mannerisms and all of these things that I feel like really elevated the character.
Yeah.
And she has this pose. She has the Skye Hoshi pose.
The
that
Skye Hoshi
I'm
pose.
like obsessed with. It's so good. Anytime she draws her laser gun, she has 2 different gloves. Her left hand is her shooting hand. We decided because that was like the glove that looked like the shooting hand.
Yeah.
It
looked cooler.
Yeah, it looked cooler. You know, that's why we do everything here.
Yeah.
That's the basis behind all movies. It doesn't look cool.
What looks cooler?
Yeah. You always do this pose where you like draw the gun and you like lean forward and then you put your like backhand back.
I do this little
it's so
like
good.
thing here.
I'm obsessed.
Yeah.
It's amazing. We have Skye Hoshi and the anime Hoshi. What was it like becoming an anime, like an actual anime drawing?
Sick.
Yeah.
Sick. I don't like how else do you describe it? It's sick.
It's so
Yeah.
sick.
It's so sick. But it really is. It's so cool to see myself as an animation. I even carry myself around on a cup because I'm cool like that. I'm like, is that super lame?
You're like, I'm just drinking out of this
And
cup
then
with
I'm
my
like,
anime.
oh, is that me? Yeah.
I mean, I'll probably do the same. That's not lame.
No,
That's
but,
awesome.
You only
That's
get one
awesome.
life.
but how do I feel? I'm excited. It's super exciting
That's
to
so
see
cool.
myself as an animation character. Yeah.
How's it feel to know that you might be a cosplay this year?
Amazing. So I'll probably end up cosplaying myself.
For Halloween? Maybe for
Oh
Halloween.
yeah,
for sure.
no, for sure. So
Yeah.
I'll be back at the studio to borrow that costume.
Sweet.
They let me keep the wig, but I will be back for the costume
Sweet.
so I can cosplay.
That's amazing. Physically, what was it like? Like showing up to set, transforming into Skye, was that a whole process?
The whole process.
Was it like a 2 hours, get dressed every day?
Yeah, it was a lot, especially with like the makeup. I was like, my poor face. But like, yeah, like just transforming into Skye. It was, I mean, look at the costume. So I'm wearing like a skirt, I'm wearing the top, I'm wearing the
I love the outfit.
I loved it. I mean, going into full costume really helped me get into character. So, yeah, it was a lot, but it's all worth it.
Worth it.
It's all worth it.
What's the most fun part of filming this movie?
Oh gosh, it's so hard, which is so good to say, because you can't always say that when you're on a set. But I
Especially
feel like,
working with this guy.
yeah, oh, no,
guy, crazy.
No, you create such a supporting, loving, like just a very safe environment. Or as an actor, I feel like I can explore and I can create. And I feel like that was probably my favorite part. I felt like I really thrived like creating this film, and I feel like that helped me grow even more as an actor. Like I was able to make creative choices and I wasn't scared to. I feel like that has a lot to do with like the type of environment that you create for the actor, but I feel like we had a fantastic crew and I feel like a fantastic cast. So really my favorite part was being able to create so freely.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well said. To thrive.
Thriving.
To thriving.
To thriving.
To thriving. Cheers to that.
And thrifting.
Hey.
I don't know. I have to edit it in. What was the most difficult part of filming?
There was really nothing difficult about working with this team, but I will say the most difficult thing, if I have to, was filming that one scene in 27, and I'm not exaggerating because I saw Hunter's episode and he said I exaggerated. I didn't.
Olivia claims it was like 27 degrees, which she's exaggerating a little bit.
I looked at the phone temperature, Hunter, this is for you. It was 27 degrees.
You heard it here. You heard
No
it
kidding,
here.
it's all love. It's all love. I'm totally teasing. But yeah, it was really cold and it was so frigid. We're on the water. We're trying to film this really like sentimental scene and I'm giving this whole monologue about the beauty of life, and every time he yelled cut, I'd be like, and then he'd be like, all right, action. I'd be like, and then cut back to freezing. So that's probably the most challenging
That's
part,
so
which
funny.
is to deal with the,
Yeah, that's
the
really good
weather.
acting skills.
but we got through it and it turned out very beautiful.
It was a beautiful scene.
Yeah, it's very beautiful. You're gonna love it.
What we did for art.
Yeah, so what you do for love, what I
Yes.
did for love.
So let's talk about this ramen scene.
Okay.
You love ramen,
Yes.
and Skye Hoshi really loves ramen, so I don't think that was too much of a stretch.
Not a stretch at all. So the first time I'm eating ramen, this is also the first time I'm meeting Hunter, who plays Adam. So keep that in mind in this scene. So when you do watch the movie, you're going to see a very genuine reaction of Adam aka Hunter, watching Skye, me, eat ramen, and I take the entire, like, I take the chopsticks, I put them on the bottom bowl, and I probably lift up like half of the bowl of ramen, and I just like shove it into my mouth. And I'm just like, because that's also very anime. Like if you watch animes, they just sit there with the bowl and they just like eat like wild, like crazy.
True to the character.
Yeah, so I was like, all right, like I have to stay true to anime, and I'm not gonna eat all dainty. Like I'm gonna just go in and commit, and I did. And Adam is like, his reaction is like this, and then he's like, back to the screen, and I'm like, yeah. So I really did commit to I commit to the bit.
Yeah. Kudos to you for being, just like considerate, actually, because it's very anime,
Yeah.
to like,
Yeah.
I remember when we were shooting that scene, you came up to me and you were like, so I have an idea. I was like, okay, yeah, what's up? And you're like, is there a specific way you want me to eat the ramen? I was like, I hadn't really thought too much about it. And you're like, do you mind if I try something? I was like, sure. Take one. You just like shove the whole thing in your mouth.
You're like,
and we're all
yes.
like, what is she doing? It was amazing. And that was the take that we did.
That was the take.
Yeah, that was it.
Usually there's a spit bucket. But
not on this film.
I didn't. I really actually wanted to eat the ramen, so I ate all the ramen. And then on top of that, like Skye loves coffee and she loves ramen in the morning. So I was drinking the coffee in the scene and eating the ramen, but actually doing everything. And it's so funny because I couldn't stop my body. Like Stephanie and Kalani were both like, hey, you don't actually have to drink the coffee. You could just like pretend to sip. And I'm like, okay. But for some reason, my body wouldn't let me pretend. I was like, drink coffee. I was like, no. Like, I'm sorry. But like, yeah. It's like, I like couldn't like stop. Like, I was just like, I don't know why, but I have to do this. And then all of a sudden later, I'm like, God, I don't feel well. And everyone's like, well,
I wonder why.
So you eat 12 packs of ramen and drink 4 cups of coffee. I wonder why I don't feel good.
Yeah.
That's dedication.
Is there any like random behind the scenes stories or random things you want to throw out there or talk about?
Yeah, so we have a rap coming out soon.
Okay.
Okay.
Straight to the rap.
Well, you said behind the scenes stuff. They don't know.
They
So
don't
we
know.
gotta bring it from behind to the front of the scenes.
We gotta tell the people.
We gotta
More
tell
about
people.
this rap song.
So we created this rap like every day. We would just like come up with new lines, and I was putting it into my
That's the best.
into my notes on my phone. And eventually, like we came up with like a full rap, right? And then Kalani texted me one day. He's like, "Hey, can you send it over?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure, like whatever." And I thought like it would just be like a little like rap over like a little beat, and like it'd be cool, right? And I come over to the studio, and he's like, "Oh, I want to show you the rap," and I'm like, "Oh, cool." And he puts it on, and it's like, zoom, and it's like the laser. There's beats. There's a chorus. There's first verse, second verse.
It's epic.
Singing. There's harmonies, and I'm like, "Oh my God!" Like it's a whole song. Like
Feeling kinda nice, so all set to start.
Leave it to Kalani to like produce it.
Yeah, he produced
the heck out of
the whole
the
rap.
song. Of a joke song, for
like
that
we
matter.
were playing around on set, and it became real,
Yeah.
and I love it.
All right, so we have the official Skye Hoshi teaser. Let's cue it up and check it out.
Wish Skye Hoshi was real. She'd probably be all nice and bet you she'd have ramen with me.
Hold it right there.
Where the hell did you even come from? Skye Hoshi, the anime character, has just disappeared from the anime.
What?
This is insane.
Just gotta get you back to the anime.
That is a customer that you just zapped.
Oh man, sorry.
I love that. Yeah, it's so good. Yeah, I love it. There's a few moments where she's a little trigger happy. The syndicate is after her, so she's gotta
Be on
She's gotta
guard.
be on guard. So she accidentally shoots stuff. Oh, quite often.
It may be people.
Very trigger happy.
She's a little trigger happy.
a little.
But I love the you're always like, oh, sorry.
Sorry.
It's so good. Epic lasers. I have to say.
So good. Oh my
I
god.
love a good laser.
A little, I don't know how that's gonna sound. Okay.
It looks like energy and key combined.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's so cool.
Like
oh my
Mortal Kombat.
god.
Yeah.
I feel like such a badass.
It's so good.
Like after I watch that trailer every single time. when I
You
do that-
are. You are. You're
But
just
it's
so
that
cool.
pose.
It's
that
the,
really,
it's the
that,
pose
it's
with
the
the laser.
pose, man. It's the pose.
The Hoshi pose.
Yep, the Hoshi pose.
I've seen it. Yeah, the Skye Hoshi laser sound. She has a specific laser sound.
Yeah, it's
we
very
designed
cool.
it, and it's like so like if you look at like the project, the audio project, it's like all of these crazy sounds like built together. So it has like
Whoa.
a nice little like energy charge click in the
very
beginning,
full.
and then it like
Yeah.
shoots, and then it has like an afterburst sound. It's like very, it hits you.
It's meaty.
Yeah, it's meaty.
It's meaty.
Yeah. So.
I just looked into the
Especially on the
close-up and said meaty. Ooh.
We're using that.
The one time I look in
We're
the close-up, it's
using
the
that.
word meaty.
That's a gift.
meaty. Okay, and I did it again. I'm done.
You can always rely on Liv for good gifts. Say that.
Well, Olivia, thank you so much. That was awesome. Where can the people find you online or / social media?
You can find me on Instagram at Olivia Roldan. I am also a co-host of the podcast In the Moment with Liv and Bix, and you can find us on all major streaming platforms. If you want to look for us on Instagram, it's at ITM with Liv and Bix. So we are a podcast for actors. And actually, we just had Kalani and Stephanie on one of our most recent episodes. And this is where we talk about writing, directing, producing, the whole shebang. And basically, we give tips and tricks to help you along your journey. And Kalani and Stephanie gave some really great advice. So if you're looking for a great podcast for actors, definitely check our podcast out.
Ooh, podcaster. Let's go. Well, Olivia, thank you so much for joining us. It's
Yeah.
been really awesome.
Well, thank you for having me. And make sure to check out Skye Hoshi, zapping your screens April 21st.